Welcome to another episode of Poko's Primetime Picks.
Poko's Primetime Picks.
Welcome back, everybody. It's week 14, and we are cruising to the end of the season. I hope you enjoyed last week's special Thanksgiving episode. Shout out to the Poko ladies. I'd like to tell you what we're doing here. So, this is Poko Primetime Picks, and the Poko Brothers get together with their sons and make survivor picks. We do this in memory of Butch Poko, the original Poko. I'd like to welcome my co host, Michael. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Dad, thanks for having me back.
Did you enjoy the Thanksgiving episode?
Yeah, I did. It was great to see all the Poco ladies come on and run the show. Yeah, it was a real treat.
Yeah, hopefully they won't be gunning for our jobs next season. So, this is the part of the show where we normally do Blitz Bits. However, Blitz is feeling a little under the weather, but don't worry, she'll be back next week. So, last week's pick, the ladies picked the Lions. And now 8-5 on the season. Did you get to see the game, Mike? What'd you think?
Yeah, that was a hard game to watch, but good job for the ladies for putting their emotions aside and going with the right pick. I thought it was a entertaining game, aside from the end where the Bears weren't able to kick that field goal. But I have to say, I feel really good about the future for the Bears, particularly the quarterback. Caleb Williams is looking like he's getting better and better.
I agree. He could have won any of those division games. They were all very close. So, in Poco Primetime Picks, we make picks as a team, as a group, but we also have our own personal survivor teams, and we do it in the ECAST Outcast Survivor League. Now, this season has been a tough year. We saw Michael, Terry, and Scott Poco all get 3 strikes. Myself, I have 2 strikes. I got the W last week with Tampa. They tried hard to lose, but I did get the W. And right now, there's 5 teams left in this Survivor.
How many strikes does of all the teams have that are left?
They all have 2 strikes, so any week could be the last week.
Wow.
Now we're going to move on to Candidate Corner. Candidate Corner. So on Poco Primetime Picks, we give you the primetime games. We give you Thursday, Sunday, and Monday Night Football. Those are no-brainers. But we also like to add a little twist. So we give you the international games. We give you the Thanksgiving and the Christmas games. To add a little flair, we give you the national broadcast. So you'll get the Tony Romo game, if he's working that week, and the Tom Brady game. So this week, Mike, could you run down our picks?
Yeah, absolutely. So our Thursday night game, we cannot pick anybody. It's the Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions. The Tony Romo game, we can pick the Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. We can't pick the Steelers. In this past week, we both saw the 2 quarterbacks in this game, Winston and Wilson. They both threw for more than 400 yards in their last game. So I think this will be a very fun game to watch. And of course, they matched up a couple weeks ago in that snow game. That was pretty entertaining too. The Brady game, we have the Buffalo Bills versus the Los Angeles Rams. Josh Allen is looking fantastic. I think he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and he potentially can get back one of his tight ends, Dalton Kincaid, and his rookie receiver, Keon Coleman, which could boost that offense. The Rams, they were able to bounce back last week, and they beat the Saints. They had a phenomenal run game. I think they had rushed for over 120 yards or so, and they were really able to just kind of keep that offense on schedule, which they're going to need to do against Buffalo, since Buffalo has a pretty good defense, and they like to play a single high safety and take away the big plays. So they'll probably rely on that run game. The Sunday night game, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. We can pick versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Cannot pick the Chiefs. So last week, Herbert only threw for 147 yards, and over 100 of those went to his rookie receiver, Lad McConkey, and he is on the injury report this week. So that will be something to definitely follow and can influence our decision. Kansas City had a wild finish last week with the Raiders. Some would say just as wild as the Bears and Lions game, where they were able to the Kansas City was able to squeak out that win. But this is going to be another game back for the running back, Isaiah Pacheco, so he should be a little more healthy in this game. The Monday night game, our final game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Dallas Cowboys. We cannot pick the Cowboys. So Burrow threw for over 300 yards against Pittsburgh in that game where Wilson threw for over 4. So that offense, of course, is high-powered. The question will be if their defense can keep down Dallas. Dallas, despite losing Dak Prescott the past few weeks, they're starting to put some good games together, and they're on a winning streak. So this potentially could be another interesting game to look at.
Oh, that's a great rundown, Mike. I appreciate that. So now we're moving on to the part of the show where we put our picks in. So, Terry, could you please give me your pick of the week?
I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. They're the best team on this list, playing the best, and that's why I'm going with the Bills.
Good pick, Terry. Michael, what's your pick of the week?
Yeah, good question. There's some tough games on this docket, and for this week, I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think that offense is one of the best in the league, and Dallas is looking better, but I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Cincinnati.
Yeah, that's a nice pick. Scott, what's your pick of the week?
It's starting to get late in the season, but there's still some good picks out there. I'm going to go with Cincinnati to outscore Dallas.
Thank you, Scott. Good pick. Now, for myself, I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think they're gonna take down the Chiefs on the road.
Wow, gutsy
Yep.
pick. I like it.
So that's our pick rundown of the week. Now we come up to the part of the show where we call the Triple P segment. In the Poko Primetime Picks, we are a democracy. However, we need one person, and that's our principal primetime picker. So for this week, I'm going to be the personal primetime picker. Now, I was confident in my Charger pick. However, I was not aware of that lad injury. So I think the Poko Brothers are gonna go with the Bengals this week. I think that the Bengals have been given a lot of teams tough games, and I think that you convinced me. I think we're gonna see Joe Burrow do some things against the Dallas Cowboys. So let's hope we can keep our winning ways. This is the part of the show where we ask you to click like, we ask you to click subscribe. Anything to plug, Mike?
Nothing to plug. Go Bengals.
Go Bengals. So, thanks for joining us. So long, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Poco's Primetime Picks.